Hello everybody and welcome to yet another Marvel Legends review. In today's video I'm taking a look at Klaus Voorhees, the leader of the Serpent Society. This is part of the Avengers Build-A-Figure Thanos wave. Just take a look at the side of the box there. We've got Klaus looking very serious, and on the back of the box there we have him striking a funky pose and a small bio. And here we have him out of his plastic prison. I love this flowing snake-like cape that they've got going on. It actually pegs in to his back, holding it into place, and he's got a really Serpentor kind of vibe to him, going back to the days of COBRA. And it'd be a really nice tie-in. I think we found out that these guys have something to do with COBRA. As you can see, he's got a very bold and vibrant color scheme. That green is absolutely stunning in person. I love the way the scales are sculpted as well, and the deep purple that they've used as well. We've got a good couple of tones on there, and we've got that really dark green of the helmet. That's again mirrored throughout the uniform on the ankles, and again that purple has been used for the waist. I don't really have any connections with the Serpent Society. They don't really do it for me, but I am being won over because this has some really nice sculpting. Getting in close and personal, if you watched my Robot Kingdom unboxing video, you noticed that I critiqued the face sculpt on Klaus, basically because if you look here, there's a slight blemish there where it goes up and over the lip. They've oversprayed it or overpainted or underpainted, whatever they do with these, and it really is quite off-putting in person. It's hard to catch on camera, but in person that's all I can see now. And I've got a blemish again on the top here. It's like almost like a chip. We've got the seam going across, and I like that the pattern from the inside, all that sculpting comes through on the outside. It really does look like the curves of a snake. The scales are done exceptionally well, and I love this kind of bottle green that they've used on the ankles as well. Got these massive great gauntlets on his arms, and we've got these really almost symbiote-like gripping claws for hands. Now, of course, we do have various different members of the Serpent Society already released. Like I said, these don't really do it for me, but it's nice that Hasbro are catering for all avenues of the Marvel universe. I mean, what is this, the fifth or maybe sixth figure we've had in the Serpent Society? They're doing exceptionally well. Accessory wise, unfortunately, he doesn't actually come with any other than Thanos's left gauntlet wielding hand. Hang on, does that mean that Klaus now has the gauntlet? Taking a look at his articulation, the helmet is sculpted onto the head, which is a really great thing to do because it doesn't compromise that head articulation whatsoever, and it really does look very in keeping with the rest of the mold. We can turn left and we can turn right. We can't really tilt that much because there isn't a great deal of flex in the side of these helmets. The arms can come out to the sides this much. It's a very tight joint. We can go forwards and backwards. My cape does tend to keep popping out. The more you move the arms and the head, the more likely you are to have to pop this cape back in, but it's just a matter of lining that tab up, sliding that in, and then giving it a push, and it naturally curls up and over the shoulders. I love that he's got that kind of I'm filled with this power look to him, isn't he? And he's gripping his hands. You expect him to have some sort of maniacal laugh going on, that he can feel the power coursing through his veins. We get an upper bicep rotation. We get a double jointed bend on the elbow, which really helps with these menacing poses. We can rotate the hands They do tilt inwards and outwards. The gauntlets do not hinder that at all. We can bend his torso this far forwards and that far back. We've got enough flex in the cape as well, which is really nice. So it does bend quite well with the torso. We get a waist rotation. The belt does hinder that slightly. I like to have the belt actually over the waist rotation to kind of cover it up. But this purple paint does go all the way throughout. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous tone. I'm hoping that comes out okay on camera. For some reason my camera doesn't like purples. The legs can come this far forwards. Can't really go to that far back. Come out to the side this far. We've got upper thigh rotation. We do have a double jointed bend on that leg, upper boot cut, up and down on the foot, and we do have that now standard Marvel pivot. And having that slightly rigid cloak also really helps when posing him, because you can use it as a stand, so you can have him posed off balance and the cloak acts as a counterbalance. As much as I'd love to get him in a one-footed running pose, there's just not enough surface area on the bottom of his feet, so we have to get this kind of stalking, kind of slow walk pose going on. To give you an idea of scale, I can't help but feel that Klaus is just a little bit out of his depth. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, my very first member of the Serpent Society. Sculpt-wise, he's really nice. He's got like these little features on the top of his hood. I love the way he poses, even with that cape. It just doesn't connect with me, unfortunately. I don't intend to collect the Serpent Society. I never have, never really liked them in the comics or when they showed up in the Avengers cartoon. They took more of a comical role. They were kind of a C or a D list enemy, kind of on par with the likes of Beetle. Unfortunately, I think they could have done more with them. I know in the 80s, in the comics, they were definitely a more imposing force. But unfortunately, they've not aged well. Hope you found this video useful. If you have, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, share, and of course subscribe. I've included a link at the end of this video to the Marvel Legends playlist, and if you'd like to support the channel, feel free to click through that Patreon link, check it out, and if it's for you, then feel free to take action. Once again, I'd like to thank Robot Kingdom for making these reviews possible. I've included a link in the description which takes you through to this wave over at Robot Kingdom, and until next time, from myself and Klaus Voorhees, no relation to Jason apparently, goodbye.